Welcome to today's live. I'm Peggy O'Neill, the founder of Answering the Call, as well as the originator of Wisdomary Leading, which means that we lead our lives, our organizations, teams, countries, even countries with wisdom. And today, what we're talking about is how do I disagree and maintain harmony? And as we're getting started here, if you're here live, please say hi in the chat and if you're in the comments. And if you're, I've been on Netflix. I've been on Netflix too. I've been on Zoom a lot lately. I was just looking at Netflix, what upcoming movies. All right. Anyway, yeah, and if you're watching this on replay, please put hashtag replay in the comments. If you have any comments or questions at any time, please put them in there and I will answer them at any time. All right, so how do I disagree and maintain harmony? We're going to delve more deeply into the context of a conversation that can hold disagreements and harmony at the same time. How to return to feelings of harmony when we get activated, and we will. A practice to integrate so that you have the body and the way of being that can maintain harmony more naturally. Let me see if anybody's here with us. Not right now, I guess. All right. So, all right. So, what do I mean by the context of a conversation that can hold disagreements and harmony at the same time? So there's something called a mandorla. So you know how you've seen those images when two circles overlap and there's an almond shape in the middle? That's a mandorla, that overlap. Sometimes it's shown like with heaven and earth, two circles coming together in the overlap. Apparently you see them in a lot of religious art as well, the two circles overlapping and that almond in the middle. So what does that have to do with harmony and disagreements? Well, the idea is with these circles overlapping is that there are two different energies coming together, and when they overlap, then there's a third energy that's created called a mandorla. So when we have harmony and when we have disagreement and we're wanting to have harmony, then what we can think of is that as they come together, there's an alchemy that can occur. That as we bring harmony to this disagreement, that some other possibility can arise. So that's how you can hold harmony and disagreement. Oh, when I'm trying to become more harmonious, but disagreement is present, we're bringing those energies together. A whole new third possibility is available. Alchemy is available. So we can think of it too that there's something so powerful that wants to emerge from the conflict and the harmony. There's something there that wants to come forward. And so we can allow it to emerge, especially if we think of it that way. Okay, so then how do we return to feelings of harmony when we get activated? And we will, no matter how, if somebody's maybe meditated a few hours a day for many, many, many years, maybe they won't get activated. But most of the rest of us, our bodies are still so active with being out in the world, and we're not constantly meditating and doing the kind of work to open up all of our emotions that we're going to get activated. And so one element to bring to it is to be compassionate with ourselves. So no, that's going to happen. It doesn't mean I did anything wrong. It doesn't mean I'm not advanced enough. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means there's historical patterning in the body that got activated. That's all. That's all that happens. So how do we return to feelings of harmony when we get activated? Is one thing that you've heard a whole lot is breathe. We just breathe. Okay, I'm getting real activated here. Breathe. So you don't want to act out on it. I should say that. So definitely, you don't want to act out on it. So what can you do instead? Okay, so then you breathe. You breathe, and you've heard that 1,000 times probably. And then you can pause And you can actually let the other person or persons know that you want some time to be alone, to think about this. So it could be, or could be to be alone, and could you leave for a few minutes? Could you leave for half an hour, an hour? You want to walk around the block? Can we table this till tomorrow so that I can get my emotions where I'm ready to have this conversation? And if you don't want to use the word emotions, you can say, of course, um, that I'm activated right now. A lot of people say triggered. You probably noticed that I do as much as I can to avoid any sort of fighting military language, anything fighting or military or anything. So that's why I use activated. So we can tell people, I've been activated and I'd just like a chance to calm down to move forward with this conversation. And if you didn't want to do any of that, 30-minute break or something like that, just say, could I just have a couple of minutes here to pull myself together, or a couple of minutes here to think about how I want to engage now, or whatever words. Again, there's no formula here. Formulas get us into messes around things like this. Why? Because then we're trying to remember the formula, and then we're not so present, because then we're trying to remember and do a memorized text, and that's takes us out of feelings of harmony and self-expression and so on. So so breathe, number one. Number two, you can pause, let them know you want a couple of minutes, up to a day or so, to regroup, to think. You could say to think if you want to. All right, then number three, you can focus on your heart, and that can be challenging if you haven't practiced it. I'm going to give you a practice here in a moment so that this can become more easy and more natural for you over time. But what you can do, here you are, you're feeling very challenged, feeling, you know, a lot of disagreement, disharmony. You want to feel harmony, is to put your attention on your heart. And if you can really do that, focus your attention on your heart, then we can often notice softening of our feelings and emotions in that moment. That's number three. Number four is that we can center in our body. Center in our body. So at a time, you can do it right now, you can do that as soon as we finish this, but to kind of notice, where do I feel centered in my body? Where is it? And for me, it's right at the solar plexus is where I really feel centered. I don't feel centered in my heart area. I feel centered in my solar plexus area. You might have a different centering place in your body. Could be your stomach or gut area. Um, could be in our upper chest, but it's probably somewhere between our throat and our bottom of our torso is probably where we're going to feel centered. So to some point when you're just in real neutral, you gotta check, yeah, where is my centering? So that's another place that you can focus your attention, and that can help you calm down, settle in, feel more grounded, more present. Okay, so those are the ways that you can return to feelings of harmony when you get activated. So now I'm going to give you a practice that you can do. You can come back and listen to this over and over again. A practice that you can do so you can integrate having the body that will help you return to harmony in a challenging situation, and a way of being, so the body and the way of being that can maintain harmony more naturally. So you can do this today and for the rest of the day. You can do it quite often. You can do it all day, every day. It's not, because once you do it a few times, then it becomes an automatic thing that you do. You'll see in a minute what I mean, okay? So if you want to, you can close your eyes. You don't need to. Of course, obviously, if you're driving and listening to this, do not close your eyes. But so now we're going to walk you through an exercise. So let's begin. Whenever you meet another person today, imagine dropping into the heart center, then opening and expanding your chest to let the heart lead your being. And meet the other person from the heart instead of the mind. Don't think about how to do this. Just set your intention to interact from the heart, from the place in you that is accepting, allowing, And if it works for you to think this way too, and loving. So from the place in you that is accepting and allowing, or accepting, allowing, and loving. What we're attempting is a felt shift in relating. And sometimes this will work when you're with somebody, and sometimes it won't. And you don't need to worry about that. Just set your intention and try it with each person you meet, no matter who it is. The interaction with that person may be very brief or very deep. It doesn't matter. Accept and allow everything that comes up. Again, you set your intention to lead, relating from your heart. Drop your awareness into the heart center. Imagine opening your chest, exposing the heart, and interacting with the other person from there. And as you engage with this, observe what comes up. That's all there is to it. So again, whenever you meet another person today or anytime, imagine dropping into the heart center. Then opening and expanding your chest to let the heart lead your being. And meet the other from the heart instead of the mind. So I'll see if we have any questions or comments or hellos today. All right. There are none right now. So again, what we covered today is that how do I disagree and maintain harmony? We delved more deeply into the context of a conversation that can hold disagreements and harmony at the same time. So the mandorla context, holding two totally different energies in the same space, and something will emerge from that, a third energy or a third possibility. How to return to feelings of harmony when we get activated, can breathe, pause, either just be still for a minute, tell the other person that you'd like a break or a couple of minutes. Just give yourself that gift to get yourself together. You can focus on the heart area, which can be challenging if you haven't practiced it, so that's the practice I just gave you. And then another way to return to feelings of harmony is to go to your center. Instead of focusing on your heart center, that you focus on where you feel centered in your body. Put your attention there, and then you'll feel grounded, centered, more powerful. Not power over kind of power, but just more the sense of power in your being. And then we went over a practice where you put your attention in your heart area. You imagine just dropping into the heart center and opening and expanding your chest to let your heart lead your being rather than your mind. All right, it's been great being with you today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and see you again soon.